Fishing the Wild West TV with Wes David is brought to you by Tracker Boats, Fish the Finest, Adventure Destinations. Book your trip of a lifetime with Adventure Destinations and Thompson's Resort, along with Cam Clark Ford, the official vehicle of Fishing the Wild West TV.
Living a dream, fishing the streams, fishing the Wild West.
On this week's episode of Fishing the Wild West TV, we're back at Twin Falls Lodge with Adventure Destinations. We're not only going to show you Twin Falls Lodge, we're going to show you the multiple flyouts that they offer, day trips, walk-into fishing adventures. Join us for a full adventure of Fishing the Wild West TV in northern Saskatchewan. Yeah, he wanted it vertical. We're out here at Bernett Lake. This is one Adventure Destinations walk-into lakes when you stay at Twin Falls. We're fishing with Mark. We're fishing walleye. We're just jigging, vertical jigging walleye with big sky jigs and big bite bait, soft plastics. And this is one of those trips you can do right from Twin Falls. Not only can you fish Twin Falls and the actual falls themselves, this is one of 4 walk-in lakes. Boats, motors, everything await you here, and some incredible fishing. So you were saying off camera that maybe a handful of guests come in here a year. So this is literally an untouched lake.
Pretty well.
Just loaded with walleye. We're only fishing 5 or 6 feet of water. So it's, the action is fast and furious. And there is some bigger ones in here. Mark says, 4, 5 pounders. You just got to sort through them. How big his tail is. But this is an incredible trip. Just a day trip. Not a lot of people get to do this. And it's all here. Like, it just a lot of fun. They might not all be monsters, but the action is nonstop. And I'll pick up another one. Whoa, sorry. They're a little squirrely in here. It's just rapid fire. You could be a couple hundred walleye in here easily in a day. Get that line off them. Fix my bait. They're hard on it. They hit it. And because we're fishing so shallow, make sure you have your rod in your hand when you throw your jig in the water, because it happens fast. Whoa, that was a pike, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he bit me off. Huh. Pike in here too. I just set it back down to him. Whoa. Just non-stop walleye action. I just retied because there's pike near. And Mark was telling us off camera, he caught your first one of the year.
Yeah. First
cast of the year almost was a 41-inch northern pike. And but it's a walleye lake, but for sure he would have been feeding on these walleye. And I'm just gonna show you real quick. Again, I got the pink and purple snake eye jig from Big Sky Jigs, and I'm matching them up with big bite bait plastics with the 4-inch jerk minnow. And again, I do that just because the guides actually provide minnows here. I like plastics because I would have had to change out my minnow right there, or I wouldn't have had a minnow, he would have took it. So now I can go, like I said earlier, 10, 12, 15 fish and not have to change out my bait. And as you can see, it happens extremely quick here. Oh, there's a northern pike. Oh, I don't want to lose my jig. So they're just mixed up in with them walleye. You can handle this one, Mark. Perfect. I'm gonna check my line. May have to retie, get back down for another.
This segment is brought to you by Big Sky Flies and Jigs, tackle you can trust, and Power Pole, total boat control. Closed captioning is brought to you by Buzz Bomb Tackle, iconic sonic fishing lures, made in North America for over 50 years.
Either the same one or 100 others. Got him that time. So you don't know if it was that one or if it was 20 different ones that didn't get the hook. Man, they're a lot of fun. I have no more words. We have caught so many walleye here in, say, an hour. We're scheduled to stay in here for a couple more hours. But yeah, they're just nonstop. I'm going back. You handle him, Mark. I'll catch him. You put him back. And this is a catch and release lake. Is that correct, Mark? So all catch and release, designed to make it a trophy lake, or just what the regs say. 15-minute walk into some most amazing, abundant walleye fishing you'll ever experience. What's going on here, Mark? If that's a pike, I hope he doesn't cut my line. That's a big fish, whatever it is. That's a big pike. We might have to go after him a little bit, Mark. I'm just worried about my line. Got him turned back around. That's a 40-inch northern pike on a Big Sky jig. Snake eye jig. Sitting here bottom bounce or jigging for walleye. Now I don't have a leader on. I haven't seen where that hook is yet. And all I can do is pray that the line isn't in his mouth. He'll cut it for sure. I'm going to try to swim him right to the net mark. This is a 40-inch northern pike on a Big Sky jig with my walleye gear. I got the Streamside Predator Classic. This is my walleye rod. And I see him. I had a good look at him. That's a 40-inch pike. Mark's smiling over here. He's a very quiet guy, but he's smiling now. Okay, I got him nose to us. Have you seen where the hook is? No. Neither have I. That's over 40, that pike. Oh, I'm just praying that sun line doesn't get cut. No wonder the walleye fishing turned off for 5 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna swim right to you, Mark. Holy cow. Wait till you see this. There's, holy cow. I don't know, we're not gonna measure him, but I'm betting you that's 44. Yeah. Holy, I don't know what he is. You tell us what you think he is. Look at the size of his head. That's on my walleye gear. Gonna get him back in the water. That's what you get. That's an extra bonus of what you get at a walk-in lake when you fish Twin Falls Lodge with Adventure Destinations. She knows she's good. She just hasn't. I can feel her strengthening up now. Holy moly, that's a big fish. There she goes. I must say, I'm pretty proud of myself. I got a 20-pound Sunline braid on there, and that's all it was. There's no leader, big sky jig, definitely gonna have to retie. And I held my breath the whole time, Bart. Thanks for taking me walleye fishing. Holy moly. I highly recommend. Again, like I said there, that's just an added bonus of what you get with the walk-in lakes, the self-guided, the day flyouts. It all happens here with Adventure Destinations.
This segment has been brought to you by Hooked Magazine, hooked on fishing and the great outdoors, and Big Chief Meat Snacks, big taste, big adventure. This segment is brought to you by Streamside Rods and Reels, we keep you fishing, and Gill Fishing, anywhere, all conditions.
Right on the bottom, trying to hold it in this current. And that's what Mark's doing. He's holding me right in the right spot so that we can stay on top of the fish. And that's what you don't realize happening while you're concentrating on walleye fishing. Hold them out. While you're concentrating on walleye fishing, your guide is keeping you on top of these fish. There's some beautiful fish getting back in the water. And it's a challenge because of the falls is pushing the boat in every different direction. So it's not as easy as it sounds to stay on top of the fish. Set it right on the bottom. And he picked it up. There's a current following this. And you see this white foam in the water. It seems to be making all the difference in the world. And again, Mark's just keeping us on top of him. And again, this is I think we're like a minute or two from the lodge. Like this, we're fishing the actual Twin Falls that the lodge is named after. You can see it in behind me. 2 minutes from camp, your guides will bring you here. It's a real treat, but ask for it by names. I want to fish the falls at Twin Falls. I wasn't sure if that was the bottom or a walleye. So this here, the falls, you can see right behind us. It's the falls that the lodge is named after, Twin Falls. And this is one of the spots, or the spot, where you can walk down after supper and fish from shore. Catching walleye just like this with a simple jig, minnow, or soft plastic. This one feels a little bigger, Mar. He hit hard, solid. Perfect. In the net, like so many other walleye before him. Just a great one. So we're doing this today, catching walleye after walleye after walleye. But the truth is, our adventure started when we arrived at Thompson Camps. We arrived at Thompson Camps, we caught the float plane into Twin Falls. We were greeted by guests, great professional guides, great equipment, fed like kings and queens. From this point, you can do whatever you want to do. You can go to walk-in lakes, day flyouts, or what I highly recommend, and one of my favorite, is the fly-in self-guided trips, where you're left at a modern rustic cabin You're left there with generator power, boats, motors, everything you need, and the lake is yours to explore.
This Gear Talk is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here.
I'm going to talk today about Big Sky jigs. It's what we use for jigging walleye at the falls and at Bernett Lake, and I even landed a big pike with it. Now, they have a variety of sizes, right down from panfish all the way up to lake trout. I've even used it on the west coast for halibut and for lingcod. Starts off with a standard eagle claw hook. Their paints, this is the snake eye jig. Their paints, there's a big difference between UV and glow paints. And Big Sky Jigs understands that, and they've patented their paints for both UV and glow. Another thing that Big Sky does is they clean out the eyelets. Now, is that important? Maybe, maybe not, but it's sure a convenience, especially when it's cold weather and your hands are cold. Having that eyelet cleaned out, it's one less move that I have to do to clean out the eyelet before I can even tie my line. Means I'm back in the water quick. Great quality, family owned, Big Sky jigs. It's what I recommend. I've used them for the last 10 years, and I highly recommend this for jigging not only walleye, but in any of your jigging situations.
Fishing the Wild West TV will be right back. This segment is brought to you by Mustang Survival, Live Beyond Land, and Canalta Hotels, for wherever life takes you.
There you go. There you go, Mark. We've got this walleye. Actually, I'll wait for it. We got this walleye and 3 others. We're going to an island to join some other guests, and these are the guests of honor at lunch.
Wild Cookhouse is brought to you by Wild West Seasonings, home of award-winning seasonings, marinades, brines, and batters.
So we just pulled up here. We're having shore lunch, and this is just one of many adventures that you can have with adventure destinations here at Twin Falls. Mark and Abby cooking up fresh walleye, onion and potatoes, cowboy beans, all happening here in the great outdoors on an island somewhere in northern Saskatchewan. Again, when you're up here with adventure destinations, you're going to catch a lot of big fish, you're going to catch a lot of fish, but the fish most talked about is the ones that your guides cook for you at shore lunch. We got one on here. It's our last day here at Twin Falls Lodge. Weather's changed. It's fall of the year. It's second week of September. Leaves are changing, beautiful colors, and the fishing is still amazing. So if you don't get a chance to come out to these places in the summer months, July, August, don't overlook September. It's an incredible time of the year to be fishing. I'm gonna come up around here. So now the wind is pushing me. Now I'm not pushing on top of my fish. September's an incredible time of the year. These pike are bulking up for the tougher living conditions that they know lies ahead. And it's just cast after cast after cast with some great fish. Mark's got her in the net. We're gonna get the hook out of her, show her to you, and get her back in the water. And we made about, I don't know, a dozen casts. Caught a couple little ones. Now this big girl in here, and she could even be in here feeding on those smaller northern pike. And there is some, there she goes. There is some walleye areas close by, Mark's saying. So they're just hunkering in these weeds, coming out, feeding, and I gave her the Len Thompson, right in front of her, bang. Can't tell yet, he's not. Huh. we thought he was small. And he just wasn't fighting. This is a really good fish. Ready? Whoa! Man, this is another great fish. We'll get the hook out of him like always. We'll show him to you, make sure she's safe. Release. There she is. There's another great fish in one of Mark's bays. Just incredible guide, incredible fishing here in September. There she goes. Well, that's going to be a wrap for this week's episode of Fish in the Wild West TV, Twin Falls at Adventure Destinations. Not only is there Twin Falls, when you come up here, take advantage of all the adventures they have. Whether it be kayaking, canoeing, swimming, glamping, it's all here. Call Adventure Destinations, they'll book the adventure package that you're looking for. If you like what you've seen, follow us on social media or through the pages of Hook Magazine.
Living a dream, fishing the streams, fishing the Wild West.